What is going on, everybody? What's going on? This is me and my boy, Top Bunk Sports, David. We really love wrestling, and we wanted to create a podcast to talk about wrestling, to talk about a lot of wrestling because we that's what we into. That's what we into. So, for wrestling fans, if you into a wrestling podcast, if you into hearing opinions about wrestling, that is what you're going to get on this channel. My name is Randy. You can call me wrestling fan Randy. You can call me Randy. You can call me whatever you want. And then obviously my guy here, David. How you doing, bro?
Chilling, man, chilling. First and foremost, thank you for having me on. I mean, we came up with this idea right up on the spot. It
Yeah.
was just something that we spoke about, and we're like, yo, why don't we do instead of always having conversations within ourselves, why don't we share our conversations
Mhm.
and our opinions on the product? I mean, I've been watching the product since I was 4 years old,
Yeah,
and
me too. I mean, I've watched since I was young as well. So
it's a lot. So I'm always on the product, always on top of it. Um and this is dope for me.
yeah,
We get to show a different side of ourselves.
for sure.
But yeah, man, I've always been a fan of the product. And I'm just excited to start this, man. This is gonna be a dope, this is gonna be a fun one for sure.
Very true. Yeah. So our name is the Sharpshooters. So obviously, Bret Hart has the sharpshooter as his finisher. This is a name that we thought of with what's his name? Swift. From
That's
our
nice, man.
basketball group. He gave us the name, and
Yeah,
credit to him. Credit all to him for that. But it is a name that, to me, it's an awesome name. It goes perfect with what we want to talk about. We're straight shooters. We just gonna, talk the talk, whatever. We're gonna say whatever opinions we have about wrestling, and we're gonna get into it. And yeah, man, we are the sharpshooters, man. So we really do appreciate, you guys. I know it's gonna take some time. I know it's gonna take some time to get the content out, to get the numbers, but man, it's gonna be fun, and I'm with it.
absolutely. Can't wait. Like we said, shout out to our guy Swift, who gave us the name. And I think when we look at this channel, when we look at this brand, and how we see ourselves kind of building on this, is just giving our opinions, just straightforward, not holding back, letting you guys know how we feel about certain parts of the product. There might be times where it might be an episode where it's dolo, right? Where Randy can't join and I'm on, or if I can't join and Randy's on, you know what I'm saying? Like you'll get one of those. And then obviously you'll get one of those where we're reacting to it within time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
like if
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw is going on and we're live for the entire episode of Monday
Yes.
Night Raw, we'll give you our reactions on what's happening on the episodes. Hopefully, as we continue to build consistency,
For sure.
continuity,
Yeah.
and
As we
build.
continue that, let's say it's a big pay-per-view and we have the time, we are going to do probably some lives and get into that and react to the show and just overall have some fun with it. But definitely this is something that we've been wanting to do for a little bit. But we talked about it and we agreed that this is something that we're gonna do. Now we want to be consistent. We want to give you guys content, whenever we can. Our plan is to do every Tuesday. That is the plan. Every Tuesday to do a video or a live of some sort to talk about Monday Night Raw, to talk about, let's say it's a pay-per-view, talk about that as well, and talk about SmackDown as well. So
Yeah,
Tuesdays we get that content. But definitely, you're gonna see us a lot. So it's gonna be awesome.
right. And
But yeah,
eventually, you'll see some coverage on NXT. I do watch a lot of NXT.
yes.
I do watch a lot of AEW as well. But
Yeah.
right now we're starting off with WWE, and then as we get the WWE going, we
Yes.
branch out into
And
the
I don't watch a lot of NXT. I don't really watch a lot of NXT. So This is why, this is how Top could, this is how, David could teach me something. He could teach me something. I know about NXT, of course. I know about Soruka. I know about, Obafemi, about Trick, all these. I know about so much talent. But there's definitely some stuff that maybe I'm not a little accustomed to. But man, I want to just jump right in and get it started with the show. We could talk about, definitely, we got to talk about Elimination Chamber, y'all. We got to talk about Elimination Chamber. And the women's Elimination Chamber. This was an Elimination Chamber to me that had, a lot of women, a lot of talent. Raquel, Rhea, Alexa Bliss. A lot of exciting talent. There you had also Kiana James as well. So you had Tiffany Stratton. There was a lot of exciting talent in this Elimination Chamber, and I think the Elimination Chamber, to me, I feel like I figured that Rhea would win the Elimination Chamber. I really thought that that was the case. Um, but I was a little like, why isn't Charlotte in it? Like, why are we gonna get Jade and Charlotte? Because I kind of thought they were leading to that, but
Mhm.
now it's like, oh, it's Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley is now gonna be facing Jade. But overall, I thought the match was good. I thought the match was pretty good. I thought Tiffany Stratton, performed. Yeah, she missed that little that little move that she was trying to do, but I think Raquel was good. She was powerful. She showed that Raquel is getting better and better each day, and that's what I feel like Raquel is becoming her own character, and that's a big thing for Raquel because you got Liv Morgan, who Liv Morgan is somebody that struggled with her character, but she found her character. And Raquel, I feel like, is finding her character there. Now, Alexa Bliss, I thought that was cool seeing Alexa Bliss with Rhea. I thought it was a really, really cool chamber. Um, yeah, I think there was some exciting spots, and Kiana James looked really, really good. Credit to Kiana James and the way she looked. First of all, her body looks amazing. She's a very, beautiful woman, and she is just powerful. And she goes right at it with those knees, man. Right at it with those knees. So but this was good to see. This was good to see. I think Rhea Ripley is now going to obviously face Jade, and we've never seen that before. So, man, what did you think about the chamber, Top?
Nah, man. You're in a situation where, I went in there thinking Raquel was gonna dominate.
Mm.
And she did for the most part.
Yeah.
I had her winning that chamber. It kind of
Wow.
took me by surprise that Rhea Ripley won it, only because, like I said, I thought WWE was kind of building on her momentum.
Yeah.
Fans are starting to kind of go on her side. You're starting to see the love and respect that she's getting. And I thought they were going in for a bang.
Yeah.
With a newcomer. It's Mania season. You want to build it off of somebody that I wouldn't necessarily say she's hot, but she's becoming a fan favorite. So it took me a little bit by surprise that she was eliminated, and she didn't win. However, I am with you on the fact that I thought that this year's WrestleMania was going to be a Charlotte versus Jade matchup. And I wonder how long they're going to keep us from that.
Yeah.
But Rhea Ripley is still a draw. Rhea Ripley is still one of the top women in the division. Rhea Ripley is still a fan favorite. And I do see them looking at it as two heavyweights in the women's division going at it for the for the women's world championship.
Yes.
And I do see Rhea Ripley coming out of that victorious, but I do think that them having Rhea winning that chamber was more of a let's keep her consistency going. Let's keep her momentum at the top going. Where Raquel, they're probably going to give her one more year to
Yeah,
see if she
for
can sustain that fan favoritism before they start giving her
for sure.
big wins.
I wanted to ask you a question because I feel like um yes, I thought it was gonna be Charlotte, like, same as you, and that didn't that I guess that's not gonna happen, but
Right.
now because it's Rhea. But do you think it's because you think they didn't go with Raquel because it's like they want this WrestleMania to be huge? Do you think is that the reason that they didn't go with Raquel? That they went with a name that is already out there, a name that is already proven, Rhea Ripley. So do you think that is the case that they went with kind of the safe choice in a way?
Considering what they went through last year, yes. Um, I think they looked at it from a standpoint of let's not try to get a little frisk. Let's not try to get a little frisky with guys that or women that fans necessarily don't aren't ready to see main event. And they might have went the route of let's keep our top guys in that position. And Rhea Ripley right now is the top woman in the division uh in WWE right now. So they're trying to play it safer than sorry. And I think that's the right choice in terms of having, she's a draw.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they went with the draw, they took the chance with them. And yeah, it's something where I agree with you where I think they wanted to make the safe choice.
It's an exciting matchup. I mean, like we've
Right.
never seen Rhea versus Jade. So this is going to be
First
exciting.
time Mhm.
Now, with the spotlight on Jade, because
Right,
Jade is now not, Jade can't hide anymore. Jade is
right.
going to be at WrestleMania, and Jade working with Rhea, that's going to be interesting. I
Mhm.
think it's going to be a big step for her and her direction. Now, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. We'll definitely see what happens. There's a lot of excitement coming out of that women's elimination chamber.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, we want to get into our next topic here, and that's Becky. Becky versus AJ Lee, and you know, this was to me a pretty okay match. I think AJ Lee is a little rusty. She
Mhm.
needs the reps, and Wade Barrett said it. Like Wade Barrett said it. She's going to need the reps. She's going to need the reps because that you can't replicate that. You cannot. That's
Right.
something that you can't just like, oh, practice. No, you have to be in the moment, in the ring. It's not just, oh, I'm practicing in the performance center. No, this is a real thing. And wrestlers, when they miss a lot of time, it takes us some time to get back to where they, were before. And I think for AJ Lee, they're putting her in this spot that is like they're using her, but they're not using her that much.
Right.
And I understand it because you kind of want to ease her in,
Mhm.
but I just wonder what they're gonna do kind of like next. But I think the match itself, I think it was pretty good. I think it was pretty good. I think Becky made AJ look good, and Becky's just on fire. She's just a different, just she's so good. It's so good. Like whether it's the man character, what she's doing now. Obviously, she's still the man, but she's a different. She's like this. Oh, this. Oh, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. Oh, Sports Illustrated says it. Everybody says it. So ESPN says it. Like I think that's hilarious. But I think I think it was a good matchup, and credit to AJ Lee, winning the matchup. But what did you think about the match? And I mean,
Um,
she won her IC title. She won the IC title. That's pretty big.
um, I honestly thought it was a solid match. Um, I thought they played it off right. I thought, the build up to it. was pretty good, was pretty exciting, even though people kind of had their questions on AJ. And you know, they were kind of wondering, like, is ring rust gonna play a factor into the whole thing? But she seemed pretty good.
Yeah,
I didn't expect her to win. I thought this would have been a big moment for Becky to kind of win against the hometown crowd and then have her drop the IC title at WrestleMania. But I think they had I think they wanted to give AJ that home field advantage, give her that home field love
yeah,
because she does live in Chicago. She's from Union City, New Jersey, but she does live in Chicago, so she
for
still
sure.
has some type of home, right? She still has some type of home feel in Chicago. So yeah, it's one of those things where you could have given her the title and everything is good, but at the same time it's like, okay, who right now is valuable that's gonna make it a big matchup at WrestleMania for the women's IC title?
Yeah,
That's a real question when it comes to AJ, and it would have been the same thing with Becky.
yeah,
I just think they could have gone a different route of having, like, AJ kind of lose, and then her trying to get her revenge and get her her hands on Becky, and stuff like that. I think they could have gone a different route, but I totally understand them putting the title on AJ, home
yeah.
field advantage, like I said. And yeah, they I guess they want her to walk in a Mania with the championship. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I could see your point, and I could see like maybe they could have, kept the title on Becky.
Mhm.
Um, Now obviously AJ Lee tapped out, you know, uh, Becky multiple times. So, do you think? I wanted to ask you the question. Do you think she is looking? This makes Becky Lynch look weak. Do you think this makes Becky Lynch because now she has tapped out 3 times in a row? I think it's a fair question.
Uh, I think it is a fair question. I think you're right. I think they they are in a way. Um, she
I mean, she's
can't
such a strong character, but do you think that this makes her look weak? It's tough.
in a way because it's kind of like, oh, she can't beat AJ, or she's not as good as AJ. There's always going to be that speculation of, is she ever going to beat her and make her tap out? Like, how what is next for Becky in terms of that?
Yeah.
Does she have a rematch against AJ at WrestleMania? Nobody knows. So I just think it's one of those things where it's like it puts a question mark more than it puts anything on her, because it's like, all right, now you lost the title. Do you get that rematch, or where do you go from here? And
Mm.
she was one of the biggest heel in the company right now. So it's kind of like, she lost 3 times to this girl, and now we're putting a question mark into what are you gonna do next as a heel.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I feel completely like yeah. It's a tough. It's like I don't I don't know. I'm trying to think like does it make her look weak? But like she's such a strong character that she could take it.
Hmm.
But they cutting it low, so close. They cutting it close. You made her tapped out 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So that's cutting it a little close. But credit to Becky and how strong she makes herself look each week. Credit to
Hmm.
her. She is an awesome character and she's doing one of her best work. I mean, it's like she is just awesome. She's just awesome, man. And then I wanted to get into this match, the next one. And I thought this one was interesting. And I want to get your take first on the CM Punk and Battle match.
Back and forth. Those guys have real good chemistry in the ring. High level action. The guys look flawless. They look like there was obviously no mess ups in their performance. And I think it lived up to the hype. I mean, you even saw the entrance, CM Punk coming out with the classic Bulls intro. I think that was dope. I mean, being home, uh, and Chicago for in WWE. It's been a very very long time, and I think he's earned that, and I think Finn has earned that with these type of matches. I think that's how you gain more respect by doing that. And
Mm.
they gave Triple H kind of giving him the ball and kind of running with it when it came to being in a situation with CM Punk, who is their top guy. So I think shout out to Finn Balor. This is why he's always respected, and I can't see what he does next. But yeah, I think it was it was a really good matchup, and I think it had the crowd behind them. It was back and forth. It looked like they looked like they had no rust. So shout out to him for that.
No, yeah, I think it was a good match. I think it was a really good match. I think like they didn't really like start off slow. They
No, it was
just
quick.
they went right at it, and like you see
Right.
a freaking coup de grace from the beginning, and I'm like, what the
Mhm.
fuck? Like, what
Mhm.
the fuck? What is going on? Like coup de grace? Like that's interesting. So
Yeah.
I thought that was like, yo, whoa, they like they're not like giving you time to breathe. Like they're going
Right.
right at it. And I thought that
Right.
was a different change of pace. And I thought it
Right.
was cool. I thought it was awesome to see that. Man, the pace was really, really different from what usual matches are. Like what the usual, like, little arms, also whatever, arm lock and all that. Like, no, it was let's get straight down to business. We don't like each other. Let's beat the crap out of each other. And I thought that was really cool. Now,
Right.
CM Punk obviously beat Finn Balor.
Mhm.
He retained the title. Credit to CM Punk. We kind of knew he was going to retain the title. Okay. This Finn Balor thing, it was a little stop,
Right.
before WrestleMania. But I feel that I feel that Finn Balor, I feel bad for him at times because where he was when he first came to the WWE from NXT, man, and he won that championship, the Universal Championship that night off Roman Reigns, their golden boy. And it's like credit to what he has done. He's won the tag team championship, he's won, other stuff, but I just feel that Finn could have done more. They could have done more with him. They could have
Right.
gave him that opportunity again. But
Right.
sometimes, like, if you don't really take that opportunity and run with it, then they're probably not going to give the opportunity again to you. And you saw that with Finn Balor. I mean, he's had matches. Yes, he's had like championship matches.
Right.
He hasn't really won. He hasn't won the championship. And that's to me the thing about Finn Balor is like, and I also listened to a podcast with Finn Balor and
Oh,
Cody Rhodes. And I
right.
thought it was interesting because we talk about Finn Balor, right? And the
Right.
demon character and all this stuff. And I thought, yo, why are they not using the demon? What's up? Like, isn't the demon supposed to be a part of his thing? But then what I
Mhm.
learned is we kind of saw the fans, we kind of saw the demon, the way WWE portrayed it as like the demon is better than Finn Balor. The demon Finn Balor is better than Finn Balor. And
Right.
that to me is what Finn Balor said in that podcast, the Cody Rhodes podcast. And he's
Right.
like, I didn't want that. I don't want you to think, I don't want you to think that the demon is better than Finn Balor. I
Mhm.
want you to think the demon is Finn Balor. But it's the way WWE has portrayed it, it wasn't in that case. So I just think it's very, very interesting what has happened with Finn Balor. And I really, really feel that he's going to be fine. Obviously, Finn Balor has had an awesome career. What he's done with Japan, I mean, what he's done in his career. Credit to him. He's done so much. But it's like to me, I just kind of wish that he was like he could win a championship here. Like he could win again a world championship. Why can't I think he could. I think he could. I think he's able to do it. And his promo skills to me, they're pretty okay. They've gotten better over the past. They've gotten better over the past. So I feel you on like, that you thought the match was good. And I thought the match was good too. I really thought the match was good. So yeah, credit to that. Credit to that situation there. Credit to the situation there. And now I want to get into the men's elimination chamber. The men's elimination chamber. Did I just say? I don't know what I said. The men's elimination chamber. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, like, LA Knight, Logan Paul. So much talent in that elimination chamber. It was just so much talent. And I thought to me, it was, first of all, we got to start with Trick. I mean, got to start with Trick, right? When you see Trick Williams come out to that music, to that audience in Chicago, this kid is going to be a star. He has it. He has the look. He has the promo skills. He has the fans. He has the attitude. I love what I see from Trick. Javon Evans is a young kid. He's a young kid. And he's going to get better each day. He's very bouncy. That's his thing. The bouncy stuff, right? Cool. I understand that. But that to me, like Randy Orton said it to him, you got to make those moves mean something. You got to make those moves mean something. And when Javon Evans does a lot of moves, they don't always mean something because he just goes full out. So he is going to get better. He's a young kid. He's a very, very young. He's only like 20 something. So I think the Elimination Chamber, though, I think it was cool to watch. I think there was a lot of cool spots. And man, all of these guys beating the crap out of Logan Paul was hilarious. And LA Knight had his moments. He had that botch. I mean, that botch to me. I'm not the biggest LA Knight fan. I think he's a good character, but I feel like he's missing something, and I don't know exactly what that is with LA Knight. But maybe he just hasn't got the chance. He hasn't got that. Oh, all right, you're the champion. Oh, all right, we're gonna go with you. And why is that the case? Because of those botches? Because maybe when his character, like, he relies a lot on the fans. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is, but I thought it was a pretty good chamber. And obviously, Drew McIntyre came out. Cody Rhodes got distracted, was beating up Drew. Then they both was beating up Drew, Cody, and Randy. And then Randy Orton RKO'd Cody Rhodes. And Randy Orton is now your number one contender for Drew McIntyre's championship. What do you think about that, Top?
I mean, they're giving Randy one more opportunity, and I just think that it's tough because now the way that match ended screamed fatal 4-way at WrestleMania.
And obviously Seth Rollins. I meant to mention Seth Rollins as well.
With Seth Rollins there and taking off the mask and revealing himself as the mask man, it screamed to me fatal 4-way right away, just because of how Drew kind of interfered and cost. Yeah, it was you could kind of see
I was thinking the same thing too. This is so funny.
Every guy that's in there had a gripe about that. But I'm glad that even if they don't take the route of putting a fatal 4, I'm glad that Randy Orton was able to get the win only because we've been screaming for him to be more involved in top matches, and maybe him possibly getting one more run with the title. And I think that's a good start. And I think they're believing in obviously his momentum right now. They're believing in what he generates as a veteran. And he could definitely still pull off a championship run. So I'm glad that he got the win. But it was a beautiful chamber, to say the least. And I like the fact
Yes.
that they revealed Seth Rollins as the Masked Man, where they could have waited a little bit, but I think the Elimination Chamber was perfect for it.
You said they could have waited a little bit. I'm trying to think because I mean, it was Elimination Chamber, then it's WrestleMania.
Mhm.
I don't think they wanted to wait. I think they like, yo, you good? All right, like
Yeah. It could be one of those things
let's
where
do it. Let's
right
do
where
it.
they were like, yeah, let's let's do it here
Yeah.
since it's the last pay-per-view um before WrestleMania, and I think, okay, now that this elimination chamber is done, here's our build with Seth now being revealed as our masked man. So
And I think it's interesting because this is a guy that obviously has had some, he was injured, but he just came back. Apparently
right,
he has so many masked men that it's just like but him coming back and him curb stomping Logan Paul is a callback to what happened in 2023, 3 years ago,
it
when
is.
Logan Paul, attacked Seth Rollins in the Elimination Chamber. So to me, I thought that was interesting. Um, Obviously, I think they wanted to do Seth and Braun, but Braun got injured, and the Masked Man. For some reason, I thought it was gonna be like Adam Pearce and Braun Breaker. I thought they like cleared Adam Pearce
It was
and
gonna be Adam Pierce. I was
me
waiting
too.
for
Me
Adam.
too.
Yeah,
Me too. I don't know if that was going to be the case. I don't know if that was going to be the match. I have no like I thought I've read something that Adam Pearce is like might be on like in ring action or he might be in ring action. And then they did this whole thing with Braun and Adam Pearce. And I feel like that's kind of where they were leading. But obviously, he got injured. He got the hernia surgery.
right.
I wish Braun Breaker well. I hope he gets well quickly. And I hate to have him miss WrestleMania, man, because he was doing so well. I see so much potential in Braun. I think he could be better than his father. Better than his father. So we'll definitely see, what he does. But then you had Nick Aldis come out in the post show and say, I'm tired of this crap. You know what? Drew, you got a match with Cody Rhodes on Friday Night SmackDown for the championship. What did you think about that when you heard that?
Um, and the first thing that came into my mind was again. So it was kind of like, does he need it right now? No, but
The QB1, he's a QB1. He's a QB1.
one. So it's like whatever, we'll continue it until we feel like
Yeah.
until we start kind of building this case against them. Again, now it's you kind of cost it for three other guys. Now it's not just Cody, and I think that's where things are gonna get implemented. So,
Hmm.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. But I do see this triple threat being I wouldn't say quick, but it's gonna be one of those where it's gonna be disrupted by
Yeah.
it's gonna be yeah it's gonna be a little bit different.
I think Fatu is going to get involved in that
Yeah,
match.
right,
And I think
right,
Nick Aldis will come out. But
right.
there is another guy, Sami Zayn, that maybe could be a part of this in a way. I don't know exactly if Sami Zayn is going. I mean, he's already involved in this storyline. So is he going to get involved in this situation? I don't know. I don't know. Is he going to turn heel? What's
I'm
gonna happen with
I,
him?
I need him. I need him to stay. I need him to turn heel. I'm tired of this underdog story with
I
Sam.
think I was reading something that he could possibly turn heel now.
Do it. Do it.
I don't know, man. But I thought the Elimination Chamber was cool. But yeah, I think it was a pretty cool pay-per-view. Um, was it amazing? I don't think it was amazing, but I think it was cool. I think it was cool.
Right.
But yeah, let's get into Raw now. Because now we just covered Elimination Chamber. That was awesome. Now let's cover, Monday Night Raw.
Mhm.
And we got to start off with Seth Rollins attacking Heyman. Because I mean, come on. I
Nah,
mean,
yeah.
like
Classic.
you see like 5 masked man come out and like the strap days, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and then you see Heyman all alone looking towards the ring, looking towards the the arena,
This is behind them.
and then you see the chair shot.
Yep.
The chair shot. I thought it was very interesting, man. I thought the chair shot was it obviously was a callback to the Shield
Yes.
chair shot.
Yeah.
But he chair shotted him, he curb stomped him, and he made him bleed. He made him bleed, apparently. He, Heyman got in in the ambulance, Austin Theory, whatever, was beat up by Jimmy Uso, all that stuff. Or LA Knight for some reason was there because he has his problems with the vision, and he was driving the ambulance and he almost ran somebody over. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was funny. But I think Seth being back, I don't know if he's like 100% cleared, but if he is, then amazing. If he isn't, they're probably gonna wait to WrestleMania, but for him to wrestle. And Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul, is that where we're heading, Top? Like, where do you think we're heading?
I mean, it would have to be. Breaker's hurt.
Yeah.
Heyman obviously isn't gonna fight. But I would also, I mean, I mean, Logan Paul is more established right now in terms of consistency, so it would have to be him. But I would definitely, if I had my choice, I'd put Austin Theory in there. Only because Austin Theory seem to push him as the main guy. Besides Brunson, and yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a high flying matchup. However, like I said, I think in order to make sense in terms of what the vision was doing while Seth was gone, I'd put Austin Theory in there. But again, yeah,
that's interesting. I mean, it sucks with Austin Theory because it's like this guy he has the look, but he just I don't know, doesn't work. It just doesn't work with him. And then when I'm hearing him on the I'm hearing him on the mic. And I'm like, it doesn't feel genuine. No. I'm not like feeling your character. I'm not feeling the genuine from the mic work.
Right.
And I don't know what it is. I don't know if this kid just doesn't have personality. I don't know what it is.
Right.
But and Heyman, you're working with the best manager to me I've ever watched in my life, Paul Heyman.
Me too. Yep, I agree with that.
You're working with an amazing manager that's worked with so many guys and put them over. And now it's like, okay, now he's working with you. But Austin Theory, I don't know. I don't like, it's like no charisma there. Like, there's like nothing. Like, and that's the problem. Yo, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people could cut better promos than him.
Of course.
And he needs to work on his craft, man. And maybe it's not the right. Maybe he needs a whole new character instead of this Austin Theory thing. I don't know with him, but we'll see what happens. I think Seth attacking Heyman is obviously going to set up the Logan Paul matchup with Seth.
Yeah.
And this is the only way that they kind of go, right? Because Bronson got hurt, Braun got hurt, so we'll see. I think it's going to be a good match, like you said. High flyers, they're going to be doing a lot of things. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see. I mean, they already faced each other off before, so they already they faced off before. So we'll see from there, man. We'll definitely see from there. I want to get into Dom versus Penta. Penta ended up winning the title on Monday Night Raw. He ended up. It was a good match. It was a really good match. Penta and Dom, I feel like have the chemistry. They got some chemistry, and that's awesome. You saw JD McDonough try to get this chair in and help, Dom.
Right.
But Finn Balor said, no, do it the right way. And then you saw Dom lose his title.
Right.
Obviously, he's still the AAA champion, right? But he's not the IC title champion anymore. And that to me is like, okay.
Right.
We're putting the belt on Penta. Okay, cool. Do I agree with the decision? I think Dom is so good. I think Dom is so good. And giving this belt to Penta, I understand what it does for the story. I understand that Finn Balor and Dom maybe is where we're going next. I understand that. But Penta getting the title, we'll see what he does with the title. I feel like Penta, like they gave him this cool entrance. They gave him a lot of things. But he just I don't know. Maybe I'm waiting for more mic work with him. Maybe I'm waiting to see something more with him. Maybe I'm waiting to really see a promo battle with him, like somebody really challenge him.
Right.
And he's not the best on the mic, but I think he's gonna have to get better. This is the WWE. You got to entertain. You got to be good. You got to be really good. So we'll see what happens. I think Penta's going to be fine. But I think this does more for the Dom and Finn storyline, maybe headed to WrestleMania. What you think?
I mean, I think it only elevates him, right? I think now that Dom is kind of let go of the IC title, now it's gonna elevate him into a main event picture. And then Penta kind of has his, he has his first championship under WWE. So, I think with him being over and just performing to the highest abilities almost every night, I think he's earned that.
Yeah. I see you. I feel you on that. But yeah, we'll see with Dom and Finn. We'll definitely see with Dom and Finn.
Right.
Let's get into the CM Punk and Roman promo. I mean, and we're not going, guys. Like, this is not like the order of the show. Like, this is just something that we discussed, topics that we found interesting, and that is what we're talking about. And I think that's what probably we're gonna do here. We're gonna just talk about what we want to talk about, what the interesting topics that we want to talk about, rather than the whole show. Because if we go through the whole show, I mean, we gonna be here forever. So, and we don't want to be here forever as much as I love talking about wrestling. So, look, the CM Punk promo, Roman came out, CM Punk, and I'll let you take it from here. What did you think about this promo and what was said, and what really came out to what really what did you really hear that? Oh, this was cool. Obviously, you got the last line, but what else?
I mean, in terms of what he said at the part about his eye bags, where he said, "I've had so much eye bags because I had to carry your stuff for years." But I also think that they probably, because you had to create a buzz off that segment, they probably just went in there with no script, no nothing. Again, you're talking about two of the top of the company with I would say what they could basically go out there and say whatever they want. They
Yeah.
don't have restrictions. And I'm sure Triple H probably looked at it from a standpoint of saying, this one right here, you can even go off script. Like this is where you guys just kind of just lay into each other. Don't worry about feed off the crowd, feed off what people are looking for, but just go in. Just
Yeah.
don't that you make yourselves comfortable, see what you could do here, and to see if we could create some magic. So I think it was a beautiful promo, and again it gives you more suspense going into this match. And again, there's a lot of ways you could look at the creative side of it,
Yeah. Mhm.
how they planned that out. But I think it was executed beautifully. Two guys that know how to really talk on the mic, and that can really hold you together through a show.
Yeah, I think what like really, what I heard, but that was interesting, that was that obviously he took his wise men, he took Paul Heyman from him. And I thought, yeah, he did. CM Punk definitely did.
Mhm.
And then he also said, yo, you're alone. Like you're alone. We talking about we, we. Who's we? Like, like you
Right,
alone,
exactly,
man. You
exactly.
alone. You on your own island of relevancy. Okay,
Right,
so this is like, yeah, obviously he's Roman Reigns. He's the freaking man. He has aura. He's the he's the man. He's the guy. But he's alone. He doesn't have his cousins no more. He's not where his cousins at? I mean, they dealing with the vision. They're not gonna be by his side all the time. And then you got the line that like they brought CM Punk. Roman
mhm,
brought like WWE brought CM Punk for the 30-year-old virgins, for the 40-year-old virgins, and it's like he brought him back. They brought him back, to make people happy, to make the crowd, to make those people happy, and also to make the crowd of sell out a crowd in Chicago. And it's like, okay, he brought him out here, but they didn't bring him back to be champion.
no,
They didn't bring him back to be champion. So that is what Roman is saying. And I'm like, and Punk, he got mad. He got pissed off. Punk got pissed off. He's like, and then Roman tried to walk away. Roman
yeah,
tried to walk away, like, I said what I said. No, CM Punk is like, no, I'm not having it. You're gonna hear what I got to say. You're gonna, and he said, you're alone. I took your wise men, and you know what? Now you piss me off
yeah,
because you're disrespecting me. You're disrespecting me. Now you piss me off.
all
And you
right,
know what? I'm going to bury you next to your father. Now,
yeah,
when he said that line, we were both watching it together.
yeah,
And I heard your reaction. And I was like, wow. Like, this is CM Punk, a baby face, saying that line. This is like making the story creative interesting, even more interesting. And it's not the typical boring la la la, I did the shield and whatever. They did that. They did the shield, the thing. They did talk about the shield, and that CM Punk didn't pick him
right,
for the shield because he wanted Cassius Ohno.
right, exactly.
He wanted Cassius. He didn't want Roman. They wanted Roman,
Yeah,
right? He wanted Cassius Ohno, but they didn't go that route, and they went with Roman, and they went with the right choice. They went with the right choice. Roman
mhm,
was the right choice. So
mhm,
I think the fact that he got that low, like, yo, like, I'ma bury you next to your father. Yo, now we talking about
now
personal.
you're going into the family. You're going
Now
into
we going to personal,
person.
bro. Now we talk about the family. And then you see Zillafat too reacting into it on his Twitter or his social media or whatever, his little thing. He's like, yo, I'm not a CM Punk fan no more. He kind of pissed me off. And I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I think the promos was good. I think, and I want to ask you this question: did they top the first promo?
The first promo was gold. I think they did though, because they got a little bit more edgier. They got a little bit more personal.
That's the interesting thing. That's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think you might be right.
Plus,
They set it off.
CM Punk's been kind of calling him out for not being here every week.
Yes, this whole like, yeah, I'm here every week, and he said, you're in the main event because of me, because I'm the champion.
Exactly.
And look where CM Punk is now, guys. CM Punk,
Top of the world.
2 years in a row, is going to main event WrestleMania after not ever main eventing WrestleMania.
Yep.
I think that is freaking awesome. And I love that WWE has put him in the spot because I think he deserves it completely. Whether you want to say, oh, his promos ain't that good anymore, oh, he's not edgy Punk, or whatever you want to say. I know I've heard that before. I've heard that from a lot of I've heard that recently.
Right.
And I okay, you want to call him PG Punk, whatever you want to call him. That don't sound too PG to me. I'm gonna bury you next to your father.
Right, exactly.
That don't sound too PG. So I think it's I think we in for a good one. I don't know exactly when Roman is coming back, but I think we in for a good one.
Same. I agree.
But man, we'll definitely see what happens next. Very 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 good episode of Monday Night Raw. A good elimination chamber. And you know what, man? I think this was an awesome episode, man. I think we did our thing. Obviously, you had some other stuff with the, Rhea talking about that to EO and that she's gonna obviously face Jade and she really respects EO and EO was like, yeah, go do you, go win the championship. And then you saw that also the Jade and the Rhea, the little tweets that they've been having. Apparently, they got a little personal. And that's interesting. You got Liv Morgan talking about, Stephanie, that, you want to talk about your past, but I'm not always gonna dwell on the past. I got here fair and square, all that stuff. And then you got the Danhausen, stuff, and he made his appearance, and he cursed Finn. I mean, he cursed not Finn. He cursed Dom, and Dom lost. So Danhausen 1-0, I guess. I guess, man. But yeah, I think if you got some final thoughts, did you think of anything else that really popped up for you in your mind in the show? And then we could go from there.
No. I mean, I think besides the show kind of being well played out, I think they struck gold with Seth kind of hitting Heyman as kind of an indication, like, yo, like, you guys thought that you can move on without me.
Right.
Now I'm really gonna destroy it from within.
Yeah.
And it kind of starts with Heyman. But I think the promo with Roman and Cody was a big
Roman and Punk.
Yeah, excuse me,
Yeah.
Roman and Punk. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I was just looking at a different
Nah,
video. Kind of had like a mix up, but yeah, Roman and Punk. I think them ending it that way and kind of giving everybody like a suspense as to what's gonna happen next week. I think that's perfect. That's how you end it. And I think that's a win. It has me geared up for what's gonna happen next week.
All right, man. Guys, we would really appreciate it if, this is our first video, but if you guys leave a like, if you guys subscribe to the channel, definitely you're gonna get, every week content on this channel. And it's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna talk a lot of wrestling. And as you know, wrestling has no off season. So we will be here. We will be here to have some fun. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it, man. But yeah, appreciate you guys so much. You guys been awesome. And man, we always, gonna be the sharpshooters.
Shoot that. Appreciate that.